Tabut is a casket. In that casket were some of the belongings of Musa and Harun.
The Ark of the Covenant is a valuable chest revealed by our Almighty Lord in the Quran and containing articles belonging to prophets Moses and Aaron.
The Ark was buried under the Temple of Solomon in an underground tunnel and thought lost forever, until now.
King Solomon's Temple, the last place the Ark of the Covenant and its contents were ever seen.
In 1981, an excavation took place on Temple Mount, in which 3 rabbis made a discovery that nearly set off another holy war between the Muslims and Jews.
The Jewish historical sources tell us that there was a chamber of wood, or a wood pen, underneath which was a secret chamber that King Josiah deposited the Ark of the Covenant in shortly before the destruction of the temple by the Babylonians.
This is the third of 3 major events in Israel: the reestablishment of the nation Israel, the regaining of biblical Jerusalem by Israel, which happened in 1967, and now they are preparing to build the temple. This whole event is all tangled up with their messianic expectation.
We know that Israel's getting ready to build such a temple. There's over 500 priests that are now in training in the ancient Levitical sacrifice system. We know that millions of dollars has been set aside. Even the government has been involved in studies of how to rebuild the temple. But what about the Ark? When I asked only 4 or 5 months ago the chief rabbis' representatives together with other rabbis in Israel about the Ark, they told me that the Ark is now in Israel. They tell me that the Ark will be in the next temple.
What happened, I told him. The Messiah came, and he told me he's coming almost. Arab demonstrations, you know, they started to throw stones on the workers. The Israelis are coming to build the temple underneath the Dome of the Rock.
At the end of the day, the passage to the Temple Mount was permanently sealed by Israeli police.
No doubt, I tell you, no doubt. We needed just maybe 2 days more to come to the place where the Ark of Covenant is located.
Its discovery could set in motion another event that's been 2,000 years in the making: the rebuilding of the Jewish temple.
It is soon to come, I tell you, I promise you, and you check me, test me. It will be in our lifetime.
In 586 BC, Israel was conquered by the Babylonians. The temple was raided by Nebuchadnezzar's army, and the Ark disappeared from the pages of history.
And they are so confident in their kufr that they have dug a tunnel underneath Masjid al-Aqsa, the third holy mosque for Muslims, for it to collapse so that they can build in its place the kingdom of Solomon to receive the Dajjal, their king. The same way you wait for the coming of Jesus, they wait for the coming of the Dajjal. And Jesus is coming to kill the Dajjal.
In Israel, most rabbis agree that when it comes to the Ark, all roads lead back here to Jerusalem. They say the Ark never left the city. The so-called lost Ark was never really lost.
They have with them a giant rock, the cornerstone, they say, for a new temple. Trouble is, they want to demolish Al-Aqsa Mosque in order to build it.
Their ultimate goal is to build an Israeli temple at the expense of the Al-Aqsa Mosque.
the Ark will be rediscovered in the end times. There is something else very special about the Ark. The honor of finding the sacred Ark will belong to the leader who will bring the moral values of the Quran to prevail on earth during the end times. In other words, to the Mahdi.
Masjid al-Aqsa, your mosque, in which each salah is equivalent to what? 500. So if you know it's your mosque, why then you claim follow the Jews Arab-Israeli conflict? Whether you're a Muslim in Bangladesh or Pakistan or Nigeria or the Arabian Peninsula, Indonesia, you have to be dedicated to the destruction of Israel and the liberation of Masjid al-Aqsa. So Masjid al-Aqsa is precious in the heart of every Muslim, male and female. Masjid al-Aqsa is so precious in the sight of Allah Ta'ala and His messengers because they prayed inside of it behind the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Precious in the sight of every Muslim.